And the interpretation is this. He said, Vaughn, God is protecting the foundations of this nation. We are living in exciting times. I've never seen such a movement in the country as I see right now. The Lord is bringing pieces together. He's putting vision and impartation and assignments into people's hearts. And as they walk out what He's given them to do, He puts it all together into something wonderful. And there's nothing greater than to have a part in what God's doing in this time. There's nothing more exciting. There's no greater privilege than to serve the living God as He moves in this country, as He moves in the United States of America. We are going to see awesome things. I had a dream a few months ago, and in the dream, there was a river running next to our house here in Pennsylvania. And when I went into that river, it was in a river valley covered by clouds. It had been hidden. And in that hidden river valley covered by clouds, I saw all these artifacts from the American Revolution. There was eagles flying in that river valley. There were documents from the American Revolution. There were old flintlock muskets and other things from the American Revolution. And it was like stepping back into time and stepping back into the time of the Revolutionary War. And as I came out of that river valley, the river flowed into the Susquehanna River under a beautiful sunset. It was just an amazing sight. And all this glory from our past, all the glorious events of our past when this nation was founded, were in that river valley. And I was saying in the dream, this is the river of the revolution. It's a river of the revolution. And it's here. It's been here the whole time. It's been hidden. It's been right here. It's been protected. It's right here. It's right beside us. The river of the revolution is right here. And someone came up to me and gave me a bass guitar that had been made out of a flintlock musket. And I felt like somehow maybe I had a part to play in the band, whatever that means. My family in Belgium has a band, a family band, and my daughter writes songs and they play in the streets and pubs and concerts and all over the place. But I'm never allowed to be part of the band because they say I have no rhythm. But anyway, maybe I have a part to play. Maybe God has something for me to do as He moves in this nation, which would be awesome. I shared the dream with my friend Katana, and I work closely with Katana in Africa and South America. And he gave me the interpretation of the dream. And the interpretation is this. He said, Vaughn, God is protecting the foundations of this nation. There are things that God has put in the foundations, and He is protecting it. And I believe that's true. If we look at our nation's history, there were times when it looked like the nation would be swept away. During the Civil War, it wasn't very clear what the future of the nation would be. During World War II, and there have been many times where it looked like the foundations of this nation were going to be swept away and our country would become something unrecognizable. And in very recent times, it looked like freedom was being swept away. And then suddenly we see the country coming back to its foundations, coming back to the Constitution, coming back to freedom, that you have freedom in this land. You have freedom of speech. You have freedom of religion. There's a free economy. And the government is not going to shove some false belief system down your throat. The government is not going to control every part of life. It's not going to become a suffocating totalitarian government. And I believe that's what's happening right now. I believe that all across America, there is a return to some of the foundational elements of this nation. There's a return to the Constitution. There's a return just to the value of freedom. And even as we come back to some of those valuable things, it's because God has a plan for this nation. It's because God has great things He's going to be doing in this nation, and He's not allowing this nation to be swept away. And this is just the beginning. Politics is just politics. but the plans of God are for eternity. And even as we see him work in the political arena, we're going to see him work in the very heart of this nation to turn people back to himself. It is an exciting time to be in the United States of America. We are going to see wonders. Sometimes when I've worked overseas, I've seen miracles, I've seen God moving, I've seen amazing things. If I'd tell all the stories, some people would have a hard time believing them. But the things he's going to do right here in the United States of America are going to be absolutely incredible. It's a wonderful time to be alive.